You know, if there's one thing in this world I wish I could do more of, it would be reading good books. I have a quote for you to think about. I share this with almost every class that I teach. The quote says this: "The illiterate of yesterday were those who couldn't read. The illiterate of today are those who can read and choose not to." Wow, something to think about. As I teach classes literally around the world, I'll mention good business books and I'll say, how many of you have ever read this book? And rarely does a hand go up. You know, we're darned to make the mistakes of our past if we don't learn from them. When you think about the business world, there's not a lot of new stuff under the sun. It's the same thing we've been facing over and over again. And there are so many great business books out there that can add to your thinking, that can make you question what you're currently doing, make you innovate and think of things in a new and different way. I recently read a book I want to share with you today called the Checklist Manifesto. It's by an author named Atul Gawande, who works for the World Health Organization. He's a medical doctor. The Checklist Manifesto is probably one of the better books I've read in probably the past decade at least, if not one of the best books I've ever read. I don't want to give too much off about the book, but it's a very simple concept. Atul's concept is we are so busy, so frenetic, so fast-paced in today's world that we've got to go back to the simplicity of a simple checklist, hence the name, the Checklist Manifesto. In the book, he goes through study after study after study of organizations and groups of people that have been given the opportunity to use checklists. For instance, in a medical profession, inside of a surgery, in the financial world, in terms of investments. And no matter what, the ego of the person who is given the opportunity to use a checklist, even with proven success, the ego of the person given the checklist says, "Are you kidding me? Time out. You do see the degree on the wall that I have, right? I am a doctor. You think I need your silly checklist? Or do you have any idea the financial returns I've gotten for my people in the past? There's no way I need a checklist to tell me what to do. Thanks, but no thanks." In our ego makes us not accept the simplicity of the checklist. Well, in Atul's book, he shows you time and time again just how ego-driven that concept is. That we have become so busy, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how much experience you have, we can never be too busy to rely on the simplicity of a checklist. Matter of fact, in the book, the only profession that has broadly accepted the concept of a checklist is in the airline industry. And thank goodness, I fly all the time. I'm glad that they have. So again, the illiterate of today are those who can read and choose not to. Let's not be one of those illiterate. Let's pick up a good book. If it's this one, fantastic. Send me some feedback. Let me know what you think of the book. If it's another book, give us feedback on those books as well. The Dotted Line is all about sharing some great ideas and getting better. Frontz with the Dotted Line. Until we see you again.